Hello everyone, PaperSpock here. It's again pretty late, and oh boy, last episode I titled my Spectral Deck, which was actually the Ghost deck, but I like the alliteration of the previous title, so I probably won't end up fixing that, and I think it's pretty obvious what I mean when I say Spectral Deck, because it's the only one where, like, you start with a Spectral card, I believe, and where Spectral cards are more common, so I'm doing more of that though. We're gonna see how it goes. It is again pretty late, but I'm not losing it quite as much as I was by the end of last night. So we'll see if we stay that way. Hopefully, 5, 6, 7, 8, not quite as straight. Let's keep the 8s in the picture. Ace, Queen, Jack, 9, 8. Okay, we have a flush here, which falls a little short of the ideal. But we can play a single card, and we get right over the threshold. We just have one less dollar than we could have, which is not what I like to see. Let's commit to this. Let's have 30 mult for playing 3 or fewer cards. Okay, and let's just play like pairs. This runs counter to what we're trying to do. This... I don't like this Joker for a long term, which Eternal's locking us into it being long term. I'm just gonna start the next blind. Okay. Discard a random assortment of cards and hope for a pair. I think just a single will get us there. But we'll play a pair. Okay, misprint. Gives us more mult immediately. Got 2 Buffoon packs, so why not? 3x if the hand's been played already, that's great. Because we've got a Supernova is also great here. Because it'll scale. It'll scale slowly, but it will scale. We play our pair. So honestly... retrigger all held in hand abilities. You know what? We'll grab that for now. Oh, but then we don't get the... Actually, we can get that, I think, but... That was just straight up a straight I could have played. Okay, that did clear just barely. We should get a good amount of money so we can nab this. Which, in order to actually use it, we need to pay attention. The pillar, we can get to the pillar just fine here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This probably won't clear. Right, because we don't have the benefit of the plus 20 mult. The thing is, this will really go good. Well, let's see what happens with Card Sharp. Yeah. That isn't doing as good as I was hoping it would. Let's see if we can add something to mix with an Arcana card. Not really. So, glass card would be kind of... break glass in case of emergency type situation. Because we'd want to try to draw it. If we only have a single glass card, it would be hard to get it to show up during an emergency. Lovers, wild cards don't really do a thing for us under this current thing, so I'm going to do Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Oh! We can get a, Well, we can get a... negative joker in the picture. Very good. Popcorn. Okay, Mercury is great. With us trying to make this a pair-centric deck. Oh, decrease the poker level of the played hand. Are we awesome enough to be able to play high cards? Kind of think we're probably not. Let's see what happens if we get rid of our 5s. No, no, no. Let's just do this. Let's bite the bullet. Oh. Okay, queens. Okay, good. Okay, Odd Todd. Probably has some application for us. I'm gonna sell Mime to get Telescope. Play a pair of 5s. That already is boosting our score. This isn't gonna hit the odds, but you know what? It'll be fine. Okay, nothing we can get here. No discards next round. Noted. I don't mind that, really. I mean, I might end up regretting saying I don't mind it, but I do regret the 7. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, straight. Yeah. Okay. Oh. This is a little scary, it turns out. And it's like something more consistent misprint. Okay, yes, I'll take that. I'll open Arcana. Steel cards? Let's make a Jack Golden. Odd cards are good. Ace is odd. This is a foil. This can give us tarot and money. The other options don't really interest me. I think this helps us somehow, to an extent. Okay, pair of jacks. Let's include even cards with it. We're not going to score very high because we aren't going to get our half joker into the picture, but the point there was to try to get some odd cards into the game. Oh my gosh! Did I high roll the misprint? I wasn't watching it. Oh. Oh, really? Really? Okay, this is gonna take a little time to get going. This could be extremely good. Strength? You know what? We're now in 9s. Favored deck. Okay, start out with a pair of 7s and throw in a 6. Get rid of it. Still get that. Qualifying pair of aces now. Yay. Okay, so this probably lasts me up to blinds as high as 60,000. So, next ante. I may run into trouble, but for now... Okay, pair of 7s and a queen. Okay, pair of 3s. If you please. Oh no, I'm making weird haha that rhymes jokes. Probably means I'm getting a bit sleepy. Gotta fight off the sleepies. Oh, where is a constellation? I mean a planet card pack. Where is that? We want that. We're going to get the Arcana pack though. 6 and an 8. We can throw the strength on them. No, I don't think we'll do that. Well, 3s. We're gonna make them bonus cards. Give them a bit more chips for us. Okay, we may lose a good amount of money here, unfortunately. Okay. I don't want to increase these. Discarding all of these. Death. Wonderful. Okay. There are 3s and our 10. Okay. We are home free. Basically. Or in our... No, we don't want to change our 9. Yeah, we probably just want to... What, actually? Turn that queen into an ace. Okay, this isn't the best outcome, but it's not the worst either. Oh, we got that, wasn't even thinking of leaving the gold card in my hand. It was a thing I wanted to do, but it absolutely was. This is a good way to turn money into malt. I don't hate more hand sizes, but I'm not sure it's necessary for our goals. So if I sell that, let's see what my... So I'm getting 25 mold off of this. Forget what this ranges to. Somewhere in the 20s, maybe 24, so it's an average 12 mold card. I mean, I would need to reroll 6 times to get this up, which I don't really have a lot of econ right now. That's a bit questionable of a decision, even though this is a little scary. And I want to plug my... Ooh, the wall! Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. Pair of 7. Pair of 2s. You know what, I think I'd rather have my 6 and my 4 upgraded. Pair of 7s and a 2. Okay. Let's get rid of some of these. A pair of 9s, and we'll get the gold card if we clear here. We don't. Honestly, it's not horrible that we don't clear. We're trying to improve Supernova. Oh, heavens. Okay, finally this is taking us somewhere. So pair. That's good. It would be even better to do this. We're holding off. Pair of 3s and 2. Okay. 4, 6, and the face cards. Pair of 10s, not really what we're looking for, but we'll play it. And a pair of 7s, I think hopefully clears us. Yep. I have some interest in doing this. So I will. We're gonna reroll the boss. All heart cards. Okay, I can live with that. 4s and a 2. Okay. 10, 8, Jack, Queen. We'll discard those. Pair of 7s. Oh, I should have played the 4 of hearts with it. Get rid of the 4, the 6, the 10. Play a pair of 3s and a 2. Okay, and we'll win and we'll get some good money from our gold cards. Add a gold seal to one selected card in your hand. You know what? Yeah. That'll pay for itself. This also. Another boost. So, basically we get an additional 10%. So, let's see, 35, so 3.5 malt plus 20. So, 35 plus 20 is going to be 55. So, playing a planet card gives us 5.5 malt right now. As long as we're fulfilling our various obligations. So, 3 planet cards will make up for the banana, roughly. A single hand, 60,000. That's gonna need to be re-rolled. We're not gonna re-roll it yet. We want our interest. Okay, we're discarding all these unplayable cards. We're gonna play 2 9s and a 10. We're gonna play 2 9. We're gonna do that, actually. We got a little gold out of that. That's good. Oh, our banana is dead. It's a little scary. How many queens? Do we still have the standard 4? No, we're down to 3. Okay. Okay. So that'll make up some of that lost malt. We can't really afford to reroll here. Oh, we absolutely can't. I forgot. We are trying to reroll the boss. So we need to leave ourselves $10. Okay, that'll get us across the... I should have gone fishing for gold cards. My mistake. Okay, we have no interest in any of that because we need to reroll the boss blind. Only one hand type this round. That I can do for you. That is easy. Now the 120 for the blind, that's a little more questionable, but I think I still can do that. We'll see. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now let's remember what I said before. Trying to get gold cards into the picture. Okay. Yeah, we won't try to fish for the other ace. We'll just play the 9s. And take our 3 gold there. Let's see if we can see our new blind. We can. It's the Crimson Heart. Random Joker disabled. Ooh. And what's that blind size? I didn't look. 200,000. Interesting. Interesting. I probably can clear that under normal circumstances. What are my... Okay, we're going to go into our collection. To our blinds. To our boss blinds. So... Random Joker disabled, I probably survive. I might survive. I'm not exactly sure. It depends on which one gets disabled. Okay, shuffling my jokers would be good. All debuff till one joker is sold probably is okay. Violet Vessel, score at least 6 times base. That's maybe scary. One random joker disabled. One card always selected is... They're all kind of scary. I don't think it's worth re-rolling here. I do think it's worth opening a Celestial pack. Upgrading our pair. No, that's not worth taking. Okay, we're gonna play a pair of kings and a 6. I'm gonna play a pair of 9s and a 7. Now we're gonna... Oh, that came way closer than I thought it would. Gonna just discard a whole slew of cards. Hey! We're going to get 6 gold out of this. I was hoping to pull the ace that had a gold seal on it, but we still made out pretty good. Oh! Madness! Madness is an interesting joker here. What are we at? Constant 20 from that. 46, so 66, so... Buying this gives us an extra 6.6 mold, I think. In effect. So that's worth it. And I think we reroll. And we don't like that, so we go on to the next blind. Pair of kings, an 8, a 10, and a 2. Getting rid of all of those. We aren't even trying to score here. We're just trying to upgrade stuff. Pair of aces. What's our 7 and 5 situation looking like? 7, 4 7s left, 5, 4 5s left, 3? 3 3s. Okay, we'll ditch a 3. Okay, very good. We're gonna discard all these, hoping for the other golden card here. We don't get it, but that's fine. We'll play that in case my math is wrong, and I don't cross the threshold, but no, we safely cross the threshold. And we absolutely need a joker at the next shop. I love this. I'll explain why in a moment. Okay, I'm happy with this. Basically, these 2 jokers are not at all needed for our strategy to work. But they are possible targets for one random joker being disabled. Card sharp, all abilities are disabled. That probably isn't a big deal. We're going to play a pair of 5s and a 4 here. That couldn't have taken account. Now, question... Okay, I don't like that so well. We'll play this, though. Question is, do you go off this time? You do. You do, okay. Odd Todd. We can play a pair of 10s and a 2. Okay. Oh, I hadn't gotten horribly high, I don't think. So we might be fine. It's still not ideal, but... Can we get something better? Is the question we should be asking ourselves. And the thing is, I think my bonus 3s might be better, but we don't pull them. So, we gotta hope for the best here. I could do the math, but it doesn't matter if I do the math, because there's no alternative option here. We've got to play this. And we fall just short, but I don't feel horrible about that run. I'm sure there are some mistakes I made, but it felt like a way more logical, put-together run than last night, what I was pulling, so... I think I'm debating whether I want to play another or not. It is rather late when I'm recording this, so I think I will stop. And, you know, it's kind of interesting to try to fake you out, because what I mean is, I know when I used to watch videos of Let's Players, playing games, I would look at how long the video length was, and that would be a little bit of a spoiler as to how long it was. And if I were a viewer, I would be thinking right now, okay, it's only 20 some minutes long. Last time he padded it out with a bunch of playthroughs, up to an hour, so this must mean he got his win and he stopped. Uh, that might be. I might fall for that. I might just think it meant I had a bad run, but that might fool me, and maybe it fooled you. And I apologize if you were like looking forward to a win, but this means we get to do this again on this deck and see what we can put together. I'm sad that didn't get across the finish line. I'm not sure. I mean, if I watched it back, I might be able to tell, but like immediately, I can't think of any super major mistakes. But I did lose, so that is a sign that mistakes were likely made, because as I expected this difficulty, people are able to maintain a fairly high win rate. Blue stake it's not at the very bottom, it's not the easiest, but there's also a lot harder stakes. So I feel like probably a top player can win blue stake most of the time. I could be wrong, just kind of my gut feeling here. So I have rambled enough here at the end. I think, honestly, thinking about the fake out a little more, maybe it is a little suspicious. So maybe we're going to go in and look at my stats. I like peeking in my stats occasionally, and this is where I've done most of my Balatro playing. So my best hand is 6.402 E11. No clue what that is. My highest ante is 13. So I've gotten beyond what felt like a wall, but not super far beyond the wall. High card most played. I certainly think that makes sense, because if you just play a garbage hand, it's often what you get. Best win streak is 4. That would be an interesting thing to do sometime, is to play exclusively on a white stake on my best deck and see what the longest streak I could manage is for me. Because I feel like that's something where a good enough player can get a arbitrarily long streak. But let's look at our card stats. This surprises me a little, Green Joker. It's versatile. You can always gain mult and you can switch hands, so that's nice. But it is a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky indeed. And Supernova, we just had a run with Supernova. Oh, I can pick these up and drag them around. I'm not too surprised, but that's awesome. If you know you're going to focus on a certain kind of hand, you can often get it up to a decent mult. There's other cards that scale better, like Fortune Teller doesn't always scale better. Fortune Teller can scale better, but it doesn't always scale better. If you have good amount of money, then Fortune Teller is an amazing card in terms of scaling. You have Vagabond, that's an amazing card in terms of helping you scale this. There's many ways to kind of make Fortune Teller amazing. There's also circumstances where it just sits at like maybe 5 mult and then you get rid of it, but Fortune Teller can be very powerful. And because tarot cards are very powerful, you're getting 2 boons. You're getting all the benefits from all the tarots you're playing to improve your deck, and you're getting that flat mult. So it often probably shows up in good runs, because if you've enabled yourself to have a lot of tarot cards, then it's good. That also means the run's going well. But anyway, Hologram. Adding cards to your deck is so easy. 0.25 X mult is pretty awesome. Square Joker, I probably am playing Square Joker more than I should, but it's easy to scale early. It's easy to scale early. If you get it early, you can get a good stack of chips. I forget what the castle card is. The castle card that you discard a certain suit every round, and then you get chips. I was recently convinced that's pretty good, and probably would want to pick that over Square Joker for chips, in terms of a scaling chip joker. But, you know, such is life. The Constellation, that was another one from today. And playing planet cards is good, and getting 0.1x mult is not as good as, you know, hologram, but you can get planet cards more easily. And if you have something that's enabling you to just, you know, play the same hand and get the same planet card, you can do good scaling in two sorts of ways, because you get the X mult and then you get the additional hand mult. I'm playing old planet cards. This Abstract Joker, I did turn this down. It's a good solid mult Joker. It's like the most permanent form of banana in terms of like an easy 15 mult under most circumstances. Because if all your Joker slots are full, then it gives you 15 mult, but you don't have to worry about it disappearing. Its drawback is it's less effective if you have fewer Jokers, but you get it early. You don't need a lot of mult early, even on a very high stakes, even gold stake. 3 mult can be good early. You'll want to quickly get that up higher, but enabling you to get it to 6 mult is just as simple as getting any other Joker, and that's not too huge of an ask. So it's pretty good, even there, I think. The very base thing of it just being your sole Joker, if you're not going to have any other Jokers, of course, the base Joker that gets you 4 mult would be better, but, like, it's very easy to enable it to improve. And once you've improved it all the way, it's as good as Gros Michel. And once you've done that, even better, if you get negatives, you can boost it even higher. So, good options there with the Abstract Joker. It's just kind of a silent, solid friend that gives you a good flat mult that doesn't really require you to have that hard of a condition. Square Trousers, basically, you turn into a 2-pair playing machine or a full house playing machine, and you get a lot of mult. I really like it. It's easy enough usually to get 2 pairs on the board. Banana, it's flat 15 with no conditions you need to satisfy. The only problem is it disappears at a time when you were right on the edge of survival. You're going to die and not survive. But it is pretty cool regardless, because then it gives you the possibility of getting Cavendish later, which is a very safe 3x mult card that doesn't have any conditions on your 3x. You just get 3x mult right off the bat. And statistically, if you play the game long enough, you'll see it disappear, but on any given run, the chances of it disappearing are so low as to not be something that really enters your head for worries. So, finally, Raised Fist. Double the rank of the lowest ranked card held in hand to mult. So basically, it caps out at 20 mult, but it's very easy to just play a junk hand and get your mult up to 20. Just playing all your lowest cards. Usually, your 5 lowest cards, when you have 8 cards, you're gonna usually get up to at least 15 mult. I mean, it's even because you're doubling numbers, so it won't be 15, but I'm just trying to compare it to the banana, but, like, it's going to be very rare that your 6th lowest card is going to be, like, a 7. Or a 6 or... lower than a 6 or a 7. So, you know, it's pretty nifty. So these are cards which, a little bit of me, I look at and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be having these be quite so common, but, like, Square Joker, I mean, I would still probably take it under a lot of circumstances, but it's maybe shouldn't be my 5th most round completed Joker. Abstract Joker, I'm a little surprised, but I think it's just kind of a solid workhorse. Makes sense in that sort of way. It'd be interesting to kind of, I guess, I don't like resetting my stats, but I'd like to be able to look at different time frames for stats, like my last last 30 runs, maybe, something like that, and see what the distribution looks like more recently, because this is like all my play history. What are we at? We're at 35 minutes. I'll go through the rest of the tabs. I like how I did a whole little thing about how I was going to try to trick people by ending early, and then I was like, no, I'm going to inflate it instead, because I couldn't decide what would actually trick people. And you know, it's not really necessary I trick people, and I'm not really even trying to trick them. I'm just trying not to ruin the surprise of how the video turns out. I'm trying to, like, you know, if you have a message you're spoilering out so that it just appears as black text, and someone's asking you, like, what number? How many people do you think did X, Y, or Z? Or you're saying some number. People can tell how long your answer is, and then figure stuff out. So I'm just trying to remove that from the equation. But is that tricking people? I don't know. I'm sleepy. I have definitely hit the sleepy portion. I managed to get a half-decent run that almost crossed the line earlier, but I'm getting into sleepy territory. Where I'm talking about, like... I am talking about all crazy different sorts of things in terms of just going through my stats, and then also... you thought this was this length, which meant you thought I won or didn't win or something, and I don't know why I'm going through this right now, but hopefully it's vaguely amusing. If you're still listening, maybe you aren't, the run is over, but I am talking, so if you were looking for the run, you have probably left. If you're listening to me kind of randomly talk about stuff, well, this is probably better than the run, because, like, I know I have to be talking because nothing is going on screen except the Balatro music, the little arrows moving up and down. The cards are just vaguely shimmying. There is that. But anyway, so Jupiter. Jupiter is my favorite consumable, apparently. And that makes sense. I like flush decks. I mean, I think flush decks have gotten to the point where they're a little boring for me sometimes, but they're solid. And you can often make them work. You can sometimes run into problems with them scaling, but you can often make them work out for you. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Hopefully you aren't listening to this at a time where you don't want to be yawning. Okay, the Hermit doubles money. I mean, that's just like an instant grab. If you have, like, any amount of money. If you have $3, the card costs $3. So you don't want the Hermit at that point. Because you buy it and then you get 0. If you have a low amount of money, it doesn't matter. But usually, you have some amount of money, and buying it and using it will increase your money some. So there's no reason not to. So next we have the Earth, and I think that favors how I kind of like full houses. Emperor is 2 tarot cards for the price of 1, plus you can turn a tarot pack into consumables you can save. Because the problem with the tarot pack is you can't strategically apply whatever card you pick. You've got to just use it there and then. And using consumables mid-round is really powerful, because you can put them on cards you know you're going to play to help you win a play. And honestly, thinking back, I wonder if there ever was an Empress that I could have saved and taken with me, or if I could have tried to fish for the 10 with a tarot card on it. I mean, with the purple seal, which gives you a tarot card when you discard it, because I could have gotten something quite useful there, in terms of, you know, adding a little extra mult, or getting a glass card. I did turn down that glass card earlier. That is the thing I did. Wonder if I saw that card during that run. I don't know. But anyway, being able to create cards you can save is very good, and getting 2 tarot cards for the price of 1 is very good. And even if they're bad cards, you can sell them and get some of your money back, which oftentimes you're just out of luck otherwise if you get bad tarot card options. Temperance is a slightly more situational Hermit, but it's still usually good. Saturn being this high kind of reflects how I've taken an interest in straights lately. Because, look, you get 3 extra malt and 30 chips, compared to the 2 malt and 25 or 2 malt and 15 for the other two hands that are kind of in a similar neighborhood. So that's really good. That is incredibly good. It's just really hard to play straights. It is just really hard to play straights. So, maybe it's a misguided strategy, but I think it's interesting when I'm trying to play straights. So, sometimes if I can possibly justify playing that way, then, you know, I will try to. Pluto, high card, that's the easiest hand to play. That makes sense that I like using that. Because, like, with something like Full House, I mean, not Full House, Earth is very good. That's not even what I was talking about. But, like, Straight Flush, I think that's Neptune, I want to say. Neptune is rough. Neptune is really rough. Because, if that is Straight Flush, because, you know, you've got to think, am I ever going to play Straight Flush? Will this ever have an application? So then you maybe don't take it. But, like, it's very easy to play a high card. It's easy to play a pair. It's easy to play a 2-pair. Death. Death is just really great deck management in terms of giving you more of a card you want while giving you less of some card you don't want as much. And in many times, a card you don't want at all. You manage to get things lined up just right. So these are all good, okay? We'll see similar themes here. We left off at Death. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Haha, Wheel of Fortune's funny. I like playing it. I do wonder if this means I've gotten around 100 successful hits. They should track that as a stat. Tell you how many times Wheel of Fortune has hit versus hasn't hit. And then people can really shake their fists at home if it doesn't line up with the expected value. Pool is just versatile because you can choose what card it copies. You can make it a planet card, make it another tarot card. So it's very often quite good. High Priestess, it's just easy to justify just kind of popping it and having 2 planet cards you can either sell or use to get their benefit. So it's $3. You pop it, you buy it for $3, you pop it, you get 2 planet cards, you sell each of those. If you don't like them, you only lost $1. You got to see them for $1. But if you use them, then use just one of them. Then it's like you got a tarot card for the going rate. But if for some reason they're both hands you want to play, then you've made out. So now that I've thought through this, their value isn't quite as good as I thought, because, like, I mean, it's good if you have the Constellation Choker that you're trying to power up by playing many planet cards. That makes it really good. And with how often I've had it, that might be part of why this is so high. If you don't have it, it's a little bit more debatable. Still, I don't think horrible. Then there's kind of a cliff. It's interesting how there's this up high, then you drop down a little. These two are in a similar level, you drop down a bit. These are within striking distance of each other, then you jump down again. And Chariot, Hanged Man, Magician. That's interesting to me, because I don't think any of these are bad. It's maybe just that I like choosing the other cards over them. And, you know, maybe I should pick High Priestess a bit less and Hangman a bit more for these. No. Planets. Interesting. We have the ones that I had earlier in our general consumable. Jupiter, way up high. Earth, dropped down a bit. A little bit of a decline here, but kind of similar ballpark. I mean, this is about... I went from 70, 80, 90 in my head when I was doing the math, because I am a bit sleepy. So 500, we're going to call this 510. 510 to 410. And then this is 430 instead. So that would be about 80 off, roughly. That's a bit of a spread, but it's not you know, the most extreme spread. And these two are really close. But anyway, then we drop down and get our... Oh, it's interesting, Neptune. It's as high as it is. I can't imagine I was specifically targeting getting straight flushes. This is probably mostly just from trying to power up Constellation, honestly. These two I would validly use under some circumstances. Three of a kinds are a bit trickier, but they're still pretty good. Four of a kinds, you've got to really be building for them, but if you've built for them, it's amazing. Planet X, extremely good. Not as much better though as you'd think it would be the four of a kind, although you're playing a fifth card with these, so you're getting the extra chips from that. You're getting... And it's not as bad as it looks in terms of like, oh, you only get 5 more chips, but you know. I wonder what... I can't remember what the Flush 5 stats are. Spectral cards, oh my gosh. So destroy 1 random card, add 4 random enhanced cards in your hand. That's good. That is pretty good. I wonder why there's such a disparity, because okay, maybe there's such a disparity in terms of a holographic Joker where you're getting X mulch from adding cards to your hand, and this adds the most. That's probably it. Cryptid adds 2 copies. These are all about adding cards to your hand, so I usually like adding cards in my hand. The rest of these are pretty situational, though I think partially is the issue. Wraith, I've got to have a free Joker slot. I've got to not care about having my money reset. Which, 53 uses. Red Jokers are pretty good, so, like, I'm not never doing that. But it's... You know, I mean, it is as good as Cryptid in terms of my rankings of usage. Immolate gives you 20 bucks, which is great. It destroys 5 random cards, which can be great depending on what hand you've drawn. I wonder how it works if you only have 4 cards in your hand, like if you've really done reducing of your hand, if they won't let you use it, or if they just destroy all the cards. Talisman, Gold Seal, yeah, that's a pretty safe option to pick if you can't think of anything else. Trance, add a blue seal, that's another solid option. Sigil, convert all cards in hand to a random single suit. That's fun on flush builds. If you don't have a theme going already, if you do have a theme, it's scary as all get out. But it can work out pretty well sometimes. Finally, Deja Vu. Red Seal, they're just solid, yeah. And these kind of all seem solid. I don't totally feel like there's a radical difference, because 42 versus 56, and these are less common. But the only thing I'm really seeing here is that I really favor adding 4 random enhanced numbered cards. Take that as you will. And this probably makes a bit less sense. Because spending if you're rolling in money, it makes sense. I mean, there's been a fair number of runs where I'm rolling in money, but like... You're spending money in hopes of a chance of getting to buy something later. There's literally no immediate value to you. It's not that great. But, you know... It's something I like to buy. Paintbrush, more hand size is great. More shop space is great. An extra hand, it'll pay for itself if you get it early enough. But regardless, it'll help you survive rounds. Cheaper shops, usually very awesome. Rerolls being less costly, great for seeing more things. More discards, not as powerful as more hands, but still pretty powerful. Seed money, I usually don't get unless I already have a certain amount of money. Like, you need an economy for it to work. You need to be able to get up to over $25 to see value out of it, ideally $50. If you do, though, like, you get a lot of extra spending money every round. We discussed voucher blank previously. Telescope, that can be good, like our last round. And Hone is one I sometimes ignore. Like, I feel like often by the time I have the money to feel like Hone's worth it, my Jokers feel mostly set in place. The chance that I'm going to replace a Joker is a bit lower, and the chances that the exact Joker that I want to use is going to have holographic, yeah. I have holographic on it. Not so great. Not so great. I question this. Anyway, that's our spread. That's our spread. That's our stats. So I thank you for joining me for this little extra adventure I decided to take us on. It is now fairly late. I did manage to get it close to the length of the other video. Now next time you see a short video, if you've watched this video, you'll be like, is he trying to do the thing he did that he said he was going to try to do that time? Is he trying to cut things short? I mean, is he trying to make it look like he won by posting a short video? Well, who knows? Who knows? I'll leave it as a surprise for you, so that you can have a little more suspense in your watching. Anyway, I hope you have wonderful rest of your day or your night or whenever you're watching this, and I will see you later. Have a good one.